controllers
What's
out
up,
of
everyone? This
shoes,
is Phoenix
coffee
Phoenix
table
TV
books
here
about
with another
Paris,
edition
electric
of
toothbrushes,
Birds Brain,
farts, family
the show
pets,
where I
and
make
maybe
questions on
someday
purpose to
your
make
own
the show
money.
more
My
entertaining.
coworkers tell me that most
Yeah.
of these are technically impossible,
That's
but
why.
we already have it working on phones and tablets, and
Episode
luckily
24,
I don't
Neptune, go.
Hi, I'm Cookie Masterson, and for just 15 cents a day, you can give me 15 cents a day. It's just the two of us. Please don't kill me. And our wrong answer of the game is sponsored by
Neptune! Now that Pluto is out of the way, we're the last planet in the solar system. And that's kick-ass, right? Neptune.
If you happen to find our sponsor's wrong answer of the game, you'll be rewarded with big prizes and cash. Okay, let's light this sucker.
Get ready, time for question. One.
To get started, The Castaway in the Hat. If Dr. Seuss's Horton the Elephant ended up stranded on Elephant Island, what might he say to put a positive spin on his situation? An island's an island no matter how underground. An island's an island no matter how devoid of air. An island's an island no matter how radioactive. Or an island...
Elephant Island, is that radioactive? No. Nope. I stand
you're gonna
corrected.
kick yourself. Elephant Island is a mountainous island off the coast of Antarctica. So yeah, it's pretty cold. Probably too cold for elephants. And they
didn't
probably
know
have to
that.
rename the book Horton Hears a Polar Bear Trying to Kill Him.
I guess I was just basing it off of the elephant's foot thing, which is
I
that
call this one
radioactive
the best
thing.
pet
You know.
is a shamed pet.
Dang.
So you've probably seen this internet meme, dog shaming, where dog owners take pictures of their sad-looking dogs next to handwritten notes about what they did wrong. I peed on my owner's pillow. Ha! Stuff like that. What note would you not see in a dog-shaming picture of Cujo? I trapped a woman and her child in a car. I killed a police officer. I killed an alcoholic neighbor. Or, I ate the little boy who owns me. In both the book and the
I
movie,
feel like he's a
Cujo
protective
traps
thing.
a woman and her child in their car and kills several people, including a neighbor and a police officer. But the entire family that owns him is actually out of town during his rampage. If you ask me, they're the ones who should have to pose for a shaming picture. We left town without properly caging our dog, and he murdered a bunch of innocent people. Hilarious.
Dance with me, Disco 3.
Coming up, there's melanoma on that pigskin. Suppose you're at a University of Virginia or UVA football game and the students start doing the wave. If the UVA students' wave acts like the sun's UVA waves, how will the wave look? The crowd will make many short ripples. The crowd will make a few longer ripples. The crowd will make some long and some short ripples. Or the crowd will raise their hands at once, making a flat line.
Few longer.
The sun's UVA rays are referred to as long wave rays, while UVB
Cool.
rays are called short wave rays, and UVC rays are even shorter. The longer waves are what make UVA rays penetrate deeper into your skin and the earth. So that's why people who start the wave are always shirtless and covered in body paint, for protection. And here I thought they were just assholes.
I'm just happy to be out of the red finally.
May
Well,
I
it took me 3
introduce...
questions.
It's not a tumor, but it is a this or that. I'm gonna read off 7 phrases. For each one, tell me if
Schwarzenegger
it's
cancers?
a lesson from the book All I Really Need to Know I Learned in
Oh,
Kindergarten, or one of the American Film Institute's top 100 movie quotes of all time. If it's a kindergarten lesson, press the X button. If it's a classic movie quote, press the B button. Okay, we're off.
This should be a thing.
A boy's best friend is his mother.
What?
Clean up your own mess. Keep your friends close. Say you're sorry when you hurt. Play fair. No wire hangers ever. After all, tomorrow is another day. Show you the money, but not all of it because you aren't perfect.
I never am. I'm right around that 4 to 7,
Okay,
5 to
one more
7
bonus
range.
question. Here we go. Movie quote or kindergarten lesson. A census taker once tried to test me. I ate his liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti. You give up?
Kindergarten.
It's both. Trick question.
Ah, good trick question.
Why not try? How do you draw Carl's Jr.? Which of these restaurant chains' logos does not contain an image described by the restaurant name itself? Red Lobster's, The Cheesecake Factory's, Planet Hollywood's, or Buffalo Wild Wings?
Is Red Lobster the lobster?
Ooh, you're gonna be boiling mad.
Dang.
I so wanted you to pick this one. There's a lobster in the Red Lobster logo, a planet in the Planet Hollywood logo, and a buffalo in the Buffalo Wild Wings logo. But there's nothing cheesecake or factory related depicted in the Cheesecake Factory logo. Which is why I never eat there. Is it a cheesecake restaurant? Is it a factory? How the heck am I supposed to know what I'm getting myself into? That'll wrap up round one, and I'm happy to report you have the best score. Keep in mind, all the prizes are doubled in round
Yeah, it's
two.
a pretty low best score, though.
Let's see what's in store. Here we have Epic Jail. Which of these Batman villains would most likely end up in the prison from Orange is the New Black? Penguin,
Female.
Poison Ivy, Orange is the New Black is set in a female prison, and Poison Ivy is the only female Batman villain here. I get so confused with that series. Is it a drama or is it a comedy? I mean, there are a lot of heavy, meaningful scenes, but on the other hand, there's a dude who dresses up like a bat.
Question 7. Yeah, better shake your monkey bang.
Up
Subtle
next,
there, Cookie.
energy in its most tasteless form. I
Water.
like the types of questions that leave a waxy film in my mouth.
Cookie fortune with cookie messages.
Okay. Let's read this sucker. To err is human, to forgive divine. Okay, which of these baseball scores describes a shortstop in need of divine forgiveness? E1, E3, E6, or E9?
6.
In baseball scoring, the pitcher is numbered 1, the catcher 2, first baseman 3, second baseman 4, third baseman 5, and the shortstop is 6.
Sweet.
And the E is short for error. But don't look for forgiveness from me, buddy. You'll just have to live with your error, your millions of dollars, the endless parade of women, but not my forgiveness.
Follow me down.
I don't know how that guy would ever survive without Cookie's forgiveness.
Try this on for size. Low-hanging fruit. If retailer Lane Bryant started pairing their plus-sized clothing with full-bodied red wines for an enhanced shopping experience, what might they advertise? The Chianti collection, the Beaujolais collection, the Sauvignon Blanc collection, or the Petite Sirah collection? Honest mistake. Here's where the money is. Don't let the name fool you. The Petite Sirah grape produces one of the most robust full-bodied red wines, perfect for a full-bodied woman in a plus-sized red dress. The enhanced shopping experience would also feature the salespeople engaging you in heavy conversation over weighty topics.
I don't know my wines at all. I'm not a wino
Next up,
or a
Uber
casual drinker.
Scary. So I started using Uber, you know that private car service app? Because I refuse to hail a cab like a chump. The only time I stretch my arm out anymore is to high-five my Uber driver. A person who has my information but I don't know at all. Hey! Which cab driver should Uber not hire? Because he's a mass murderer. Latka Gravis, John Winger, Archie Bunker, or Travis Bickle?
Oh, God.
Oh, hell no! This would have worked. Travis Bickle is the serial killer played by Robert De Niro in Martin Scorsese's 1976 classic film Taxi Driver.
Oh, never
I
seen it.
find the whole mass murderer cab driver stereotype offensive. Just because somebody wants to make an honest living murdering people doesn't mean there's secretly some crazy wacko who drives complete strangers around the city for money.
gonna need a big finish to get any kind of score on this.
Coming up next, OUSOB. I love when people just use initials instead of a first name. J.K. Rowling, T.S. Eliot, others. Okay, shape up, because this one could be worth extra points if you get it right.
It's the put the choices into order, then buzz in and see if you are right. Question.
I think
Put
this is
these
gonna be
people
difficult.
in the following order. The actor from the Hughleys, the author of Lady Chatterley's Lover, the mystery man who hijacked a 727 in 1971 and then escaped by parachute. DB, DL, DH, DL,
DB is the
DH,
last
DB,
one, so that means it has to be
DH.
that one.
DL Hughley starred in the Hughleys, DH Lawrence wrote Lady Chatterley's Lover, and DB Cooper is the name used for a mystery hijacker from the early 70s who was never caught. That just earned you an extra $1,000. Ah, the 70s, when all you needed to get away with a crime was a parachute.
I knew about DB Cooper. The rest of them, I wasn't entirely sure. But it just
Welcome
happened
to
that
the
DB was the
attack.
last one. So,
When you see two clues
Because
that
it was last
match,
one only once.
press your A button.
Cool.
2,000 big ones if you're right. But if you're wrong, you lose 2,000. And most importantly,
Remember the clue.
it's gotta be a match that fits this clue. Let's get it con. What film did these actors con their way through? Good luck.
okay. Christian. What was he in? He's in Batman. This isn't looking good. Yeah, he was in that. I've heard for Juno. So I'm gonna have to let him pass. Nicolas Cage. He was in The Wicker Man, wasn't he? But I don't know what movie he was in. Conned in 60 seconds. Huh. I don't even know who that is. Don't think. I might. But I don't know what it is, so. Yep. Gonna just let it go. Like Demi Lovato. Leonardo DiCaprio. He was in Inception. But did he con his way through it? I've missed it anyway. So. Aha! Matt Damon. Bang. Steve Martin. Ha! Go me for somehow figuring that one out.
That's all she wrote! I'm something of a con man myself. One time I ran this scam where I posed as the host of a fake game show. I would promise the players all sorts of money for answering trivia questions correctly, but once the game ended, I would just pocket the money and run off. Anyway,
You don't know Jack!
I better get my money for this show. Seriously, I better get my money for this show. I'm gonna go check and make sure it comes in
Introducing your
right
face's
now.
new best
Phoenix
friend.
Phoenix
Say
TV
goodbye.
out.